Okay, well, I can go ahead and share
I'll
that.
just
Hang
do
on.
that briefly because I don't have a lot of talking. Liz put such a nice video together. I'm sure nobody wants to hear from me forever. Um, so yeah, so I'll just briefly let me make it so I can see what I'm saying. So there's obviously some photos that I took. I didn't take a lot because it was just really I was engrossed with it all. Sorry.
Hmm.
Anyway, so between our visits to the KWPN Center and on the bus on the way to Team Nijhof, just kind of go back a bit, we had a really cool interactive chat on the bus with everybody where we asked everyone to introduce themselves and to tell us a little bit about why they came on the trip to the Netherlands and what they hope to learn. I think it was a really great chance to get to meet everybody, know a little bit more about everyone that was in our group, and hopefully everybody other than myself enjoyed that part of the tour bus trip too. So once we did get to Nijhof, our gracious host, the family Nijhof, arranged for us a really lovely afternoon. Their farm is set in the Dutch countryside and it's really charming and efficient. They have several stables, a really beautiful indoor hall that's decorated with these gigantic posters of their really successful sport horses. They had a really nice viewing area up above the ring where they served us some light refreshments in the middle of everything. We got to see a ridden demonstration of the dressage horse Florida TN. He was a really handsome dark bay horse, and he looked like a really pleasant horse to ride, very talented and rideable. I believe Liz has some video of him. Um, for me, obviously, I'm a jumper person, so the highlight for me was to get to see all the jumping stallions, and we were not disappointed. We got to see quite a few of them presented in hand. Some of the really great ones. Obviously, Johnson is a dressage horse, but we were able to see Colestus, Cassini Gold, some of the young up and coming stallions that are in sport currently, Tattoo, Lamaze, Hernandez, Rocket Man, and then my favorite was Drummer TN. Bart spoke about him earlier. Drummer has such a beautiful presence, a really nice character. He was just like you could get up next to him and he was snuggling with Elizabeth. Super patient horse, really kind to pose with us for that big group photo, which was fun. Also, I thought it was a really nice highlight to see that a lot of their famous stallions that are now retired, Eldorado, Verdi, I'm Special Demuse, get to enjoy some really great care in their, years after the sport. They get turned out. They have, pretty much everything that they could want for them rather than, standing in a box. So they get to go out in the field and enjoy their lives after what they've given. So that's cool. So after we had a little snack and some chatting upstairs with Jeanette and everyone, we got to see Grand Dorado TN with his rider Willem Greve, who's been on the Olympic team. Willem spoke to us about his journey with Grand Dorado, and that they're looking to a really bright future with him. They've had some hiccups with the Olympic trial, or actually at the Olympics. And Willem, I think, is a consummate horseman. He's just so impressive to me with he's always the horse first. It's not just about the competition, it's the relationship and the partnership, and it's something to be admired, I think. So he also showed us the Grand Dorado San Onassis TN under saddle, another horse that looked really promising and has a great future. So that stallion is really interesting for jumping breeders. Other parts of our tour, they took us on a stop to see their young horse raising barns. We got to look at the veterinary lab and reproduction center, where we had a lot of questions about answered and asked about horse care, x-rays. That was a huge topic everywhere we went. And then also some questions about breeding, ICSI, the technology that's coming forward in the reproduction end of it. And yeah, after that was a nice long day. I think we probably could have stayed asking questions forever, but we had to get back on the bus and head back to the hotel. So if you want to show the video, hopefully you guys can follow along.
Because they are free jumping with his first offspring, and that looks very, very spectacular. The semen already stored in the United States. It's got €200 extra to have the semen shipped over from a very good bloodline that is also known in your country for F1 USA, for Dairy Lou. Organized a foal market this summer to help our breeders sell their foals.
Luke Beerbaum from Beerbaum Stables. He's maybe the most well-known as daddy of the almost new American dream, Greve, who was awarded as Horse of the Year. Easy, calm, composed. They jump a big class. Good time with the horse. We're now very busy with building him up again to hopefully have 1 or 2 more seasons in the big spot. A few videos on Facebook and made a bit of publicity with him. And then when something is new and people saw the new videos, then everybody was asking that they wanted to breed with it and what are the breeding costs. We saw him before and then he jumped the stallion presentation in the boss. Actually really impressive, and then we decided to buy him out of Superb from KWPN. Maybe you also know the brothers, daughters, Titi Hero, Agatha Hero, they are all from the same mother.
We have to make our money with horses, so if we have no good stallions, we have no breeding. If the stallions don't breed well, the breeders don't come back. So for a 2.5-year-old, coming 3-year-old that is still growing, but the tendons are not full grown, but the muscles are still undeveloped, it's quite difficult. So also some of the good horses get kicked out because they get muscle ache, they get sore, they start to be difficult for that reason, and there's no other thing than the judges can do to send them home to protect the horse. So it's not always that they were not approved that it's not good, but it's
So now I moved it back and it's better.
I think it's better. Also, you can test them better. Right? They are a little bit older. They have a little bit of break. They can start a little bit later. KWPN, it's like people are upset because they got a second premium, or so it's from that point. But I think from a breeding point of view, we are far ahead because we select, we give advice, we tell the breeders what the plus points are, what the minus points are from their mares.
Yeah, you're all familiar with him. He's world famous horse actually. He jumps super fast. In every blood, a breeding man needs to have enough blood. He makes exceptional jumpers. You do have to have a little bit of patience. Also, to be honest about that, he is a very shy horse. He's not all think that he's a bully, but he's more a little bit shy and suspicious. And once he trusts you, he does everything. And that's also a little bit with his offspring. National artists have some good offspring from him. So I think he's a very big, good asset in our breeding.
Her genes are older.
Very nice video from our Nijhof visit. Thank you, Liz. And Tracy for presenting that. Are there any questions? I think Liz put a little note in there about the Nijhof stallions.
Yeah, so if you look in the chat, you can see that the Nijhof stallions are almost all available at Keswick Equine with frozen semen, and it goes directly through Nijhof with a contract. But they are not activated with us. But with the new rule about activation, if you register your foal fast enough, you will pay a normal registration fee. So take a look at that website if you're interested in using any of those stallions.
Okay, so next we have Kathy Hickerson presenting her review of the visit